Hello, Jonas. Yo, first try. Yo, first try. Ah, almost perfect. Yes, this is this year's ESA shirt, or one of the designs. I think they had 2 or 3 different designs. It's one of the event shirts. Yeah, I think there's one other design in both dark and light theme that actually does say ESA. This one does not say that. Oh wait, no. Did I make the save state? No, good. I want to make the save state a little bit more convenient. Right here. Acorn. Let go way too early. Okay. Got a message. What the message doing? That's not a message. Exactly. These Chronicles. I don't think I've heard the soundtrack before. Yeah. Okay. Not sure if I've ever seen you jamming, Jonas. That is new. Ooh. A little too far. Tatanga. Don't think I need to practice anything else. Let's hope for no more freak accidents today, as in static discharges that reset my game. That was very, very odd. The one good run that I had. B10-4. Wait, no. Fourth shot didn't come out. Now that's odd timing. That's also a freak accident. I mean, later in a run on actual pace, I wouldn't be touching my controller anymore. I mean, I would be touching the controller. But you know what I mean. That can only happen at Tatanga. Ah! Haven't found my timing. Nope. Always the same. Ah, that's 8 and 3. Frame perfect setup that does not work. Come on, you're dead. That said, usually it works in practice and then not in runs. Maybe it's just the other way around today. Ah, B9, that is quite a bit too early. That is perfect. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay. Let's not over practice. This sounds like Calafina, like Madoka Magica soundtrack. Also, let's hope that the blue screen gnome has a day off today. Because that could get more annoying than the static discharges of the controller. And the blue screens have only one thing in common, which makes me wonder how to fix it. They all happen while I'm streaming. No, that's still referring to the same unique incident. But later in that very same stream, I had another blue screen. And if it's something related to streaming, then I frankly don't know what it could be. Except for the webcam? No, because I also had the blue screen while playing Beat Saber, and the webcam is not on for that. Unless it's on in the background. Yeah, no, if it happens again, or just next time, today I just didn't want to run and replug all of my USB stuff. But I'm going to start with my second USB hub. That's going to be the first device to go. And then I'm going to stream with that off until I do or don't get another blue screen. And then it's just bit by bit. Nah, those things don't happen in my area, or I want to say in Germany in general. That just doesn't exist. Also, that would require me to buy a UPS first. And I wouldn't even know, like, how would I secure all of my stuff with one UPS? The UPS would only be for the PC. That would still make my monitors go out. My console, possibly. Like, if that was a thing. It's not a thing. Nah. I'm not gonna go all paranoid. It's only started up recently, so it might just be either some Windows update messing up some driver compatibility, or some device going bad. Alrighty. Ready. We didn't have any live split crashes recently. Could it be that the live split crashes have been replaced by the blue screens? Now that would be a terrible development. The live split crashes stopped after a Windows update. So maybe there's a coincidence here, hidden somewhere. I would not be surprised if that was the case. But I did update my drivers. since after the first 2 blue screens. And I did a full system recovery repair. Hey, Pinskower. Ah, itchy ear. The right angle. My TV. I think that's the right angle. Angled right. Sound is okay, I think. Recording on. Let's go. Probably gonna be a 3-hour stream. Or 3 hours of runs. I think I wanna keep midnight as my end of stream time in general. Obviously I will push that back a little if I start the stream later. But eventually, as a far goal, I want to get a little bit consistency into my stream times again. Not be so all over the place as I've been this year. Better for everyone involved. And it helps me plan for the occasional second stream a day. Yeah, which would be Beat Saber most of the time. I want to play Beat Saber a little bit more again. I've only been playing it like once a week this entire year. But I am having a lot of fun with it. And then there's the Beat Saber tournament, the ACK tournament at the end of the month. So I definitely have to practice. Practice for the qualification, that is. I'm still very doubtful whether I even get into the tournament. Only the top 32 qualify. And that's gonna be hard. Almost made it to the 3rd level. think Saturday streams have been rare recently. I ended up canceling some of them on short notice because I was a little bit tired. It's a thing that happens on Saturdays. So I'm curious if some people are able to show up who are otherwise not really able because of work during the week. Yeah, but I know that for some people it can be a little tricky. And Fridays I usually don't stream. So that would be the other weekend day for them. Like if we're talking Europeans here. And then Sunday streams. Recently my streams were just in general a little bit too late. So responsible people would have gone to bed by then. That's also one reason why I really want to bring back my stream to a fixed schedule. Most importantly though, it's just for my own consistency. Because if I'm in a completely different state of mind every single time I stream, that doesn't really help the consistency, like all of this, the outside circumstances that help you focus and execute the same every time. It's nice to have a very fixed setup. Because let's face it, I have not been too consistent this entire year in terms of performance. 1 PB, really? That's all? Attempts since April and only 1 PB? I gotta streamline my stream. Hey Logan. Doing well. I hope you too. Ooh, I have so many corner boosts. No quick grab though. Yeah, I think it might have been 2 months already. I think I have a command for that. Did I ever update it? PB command. Surely, right? Not the cheap viewers. Ooh, it knows. It knows. Oh, it's quite a bit longer than 2 months. In June. Well, I wasn't streaming too much over the summer. That's effectively not that long ago. I'm surprised I lost so much time in 3-2. Didn't feel that bad. I would totally play it, but there is very little hope for something like that to come out. First of all, hacking Game Boy games is kind of difficult because there's no existing framework, like for some Super Nintendo games, for example. So it would have to be a lot of manual work without any proper tools. And secondly, the people to do that are just not there. Unless somebody is working on something secretly, it's just unlikely I would know. Nice. Good start. Let's not crash. I actually forgot to rewatch when the reset happened. I wanted to have a look at the input display. Dead. That is very solid. Ah. At least I noticed. Big time loss. Not as big as I thought. Haven't been here on pace in a while. All right. This is going well. Only lost a single frame on the map. That is very, very good. Good enough. Sadly, slow swimming that I didn't fix. Point. Let's see how lucky we are today. Not gonna experiment, just gonna do my own old strat. Well, will not matter. And we even got hit. Wow. Isn't that great? So it can happen. It's probably for the better on this run. I mean, to save time. If I had not gotten hit there, the run would have continued and I would have been even with both my PB and the record. But if I had gotten a good pattern, I would have been 1.5 seconds ahead, which I prefer. Hey, Sam. Thank you. Yeah, that was a solid run. Nothing special. Just solid. Was a little disappointing that I didn't recognize the swim speed in Pumpkin 2 early enough, and then I did not manage to fix it. That's when it very slowly went south. Yo, lots of first frame jumps. Good level. Easy 31 pace if I get in the pipe. That's a mid 31, I think. That was really good. Yeah. Ooh, good lag reduction. Good timing in general. Really? There was barely any lag, and still an 81, and I lost time? That confuses me a little bit. In those cases, the explanation is lag is somewhat random. Really? I even jumped higher than normal. I loaded him a little bit wrong. That's what happened, right? Sometimes I'm just saying these things out loud to properly remind myself to fix my little mistakes. And then I also assume that 1 out of 10 viewers is actually interested in what exactly happened. But mostly it's for myself. Let's not kid ourselves. And a lot of things are very blatantly obvious. I wouldn't have to say them. Just mental reinforcement. Normally I always try to time level entries on the first input. I was way too early there, then I started mashing. And my one finger mashing is like 10 hertz. Especially if I'm not prepared. That means that can be 6 frames lost. 0.1 seconds just on the level entry. It's a very sloppy mistake. Should not happen. This is quite the awful level. Frame too early again. Oh, no. Thank you, typo. Likewise. Wait, is that your average the entire day? That is ridiculously high. Then that's okay, I suppose. Proud of you. Ah, not again. And again. Ah! No more faces into walls. That was a funny glitched sound. Not again. Are you kidding me? That is so dumb. There's no reason to cut that jump that close. None. In fact, it's actually better to always overshoot that jump, because you want to wait there for a couple of frames for the later lag reduction anyway. And overshooting the jump can just make it a little bit more convenient, because the time that you have to wait is really odd. It's like 15-ish frames. Why would anybody do that? Was it one of those Red Bull events? You say German or Austrian, immediately makes me think Red Bull Challenge. I have lost track of all of their events. In the past it was easy. They had the... What even was it called? The Flying Vehicles Challenge. Red Bull Fly Days. Where they just built something, ran or rolled down a ramp into the water. And whoever got furthest won. Booktag, yes. Fly Day. I said that. I said Fly Day. Nope, still green. I was expecting a time loss. Hey, Bella. That is more than me. Never jumped from anything higher than 3 meters. I don't have any desire to break that record. Hey, Flores. Thank you. Wait, have I jumped from 10 meters? No, I'm trying, because I think we had to. I might have once, but no. I would remember that. Don't think we had to. It was either a head dive from 3 meters or any kind of dive from 10. In swimming class in school. No, I definitely would remember 10 meters. I never did that. Hey, Emery. Oh, thanks for the raid, Emery. Sorry, noticed that late. I hope your stream was good. Ah, the map today. Yeah, that is rougher than one would think. Just watching people do it. You actually do a belly flop from any kind of height. Like a really flat one. That hurts. And if you're not prepared, it definitely knocks the air out of you. Flashes the air out of you. Doesn't really knock. That's tight. Oh, that's late. I'm gonna get hit. Didn't get hit. Ah, that is so dumb. Ah, I'm annoyed. No typo, I will not imagine that. Six bowls landing on top of you. That's even worse than just one car, because it's 6 bowls. Ooh. Missed my jump cue by 10 frames. I've never been a big water diver. Like diving as in going under the water, yes. Diving as in jumping off something into the water, nah. Never really tempted me. I only did it when I had to in swimming class. It is quite autumnal, yeah. Temperatures dropped by 10 degrees. Like it's in the low 10s during the day. A lot of rain. Lots of clouds. Ah, too early again. I mean, they weren't teaching us to swim in school. we had to perform. It was PE class. You had to dive an entire lane, like the 25 meters. You had to do that jump thingy that I said. You had to keep swimming for 30 minutes in a big circle around the pool. And you had to swim the 400 meters on time. And I think we also had a 50 meter on time. I think those were all of the disciplines that got graded. That was not... no, that was way after. But I think it's true, in eligible places in East German... in the East German school system, there was swimming class in first grade of elementary school, where you would learn to swim. And I would have liked that, because I only learned swimming in 6th grade. In grammar school. Yeah, for us it was just one other, like, big discipline. Not discipline, but one big... just like you had several things in track and field, right? You had the 100 meters, or 60 meters sometimes. Ball throwing, long jump, high jump, all of those things. Was just like that, just with swimming. So different disciplines. I mean, nowadays, it's probably better to just make sure that everybody can swim in general, yeah. Just more realistic. I think the general fitness and body coordination has gone way down in recent generations. This is a valid old man rant. I know this. Good arrow. I think that's also just where schools are playing it a little safe these days. Like sometimes you can have... I think sometimes schools just want to avoid some possible conflicts with some religious aspects, not being able to wear swimsuits or something in public, stuff like that. So I get it, but I also don't get it. Schools shouldn't care for that. They should just force children to be normal and not indoctrinated. It's much better than the other kind of force. Religion and stuff has no place in schools. And I'm not gonna mince words there. That's just how it is. Or how it should be. Yeah, and so is religion, right? You heard me say it before. I mean, it was like that in my school day, Crit Arrow. I was, like, I could have easily gotten, like, a doctor's attest that I just struggled with stamina, with... can't think of the word. Like, long-distance running, pretty much. Was kind of hard for me, because I only had 70% lung volume of a normal child. But I was good in everything else in sports, so it didn't even occur to me to ask for any exemptions. I had just given up in that regard and just said, okay, no, I'm just bad at this, so I don't even try. So I don't get a bad grade. I will just get a grade of not participating for long distance running. And long distance was just 1 kilometer in school. But I was so bad at it. I think when I tried, I was getting like 6 minutes for 1 kilometer, which is like walking speed. Yeah, and ever since that, I tried to be sick on that day or something else. So I can kind of get it, but hey, physical thing in my case. Didn't choose to be born that way. Crit Arrow, that was exactly me. Swimming was the same thing for me. Just because first of all, I had learned it so late. I think I learned it in 6th grade, and we started swimming classes in 7th grade. They finished a swimming pool in the city, or in the smaller town. City is too big of a word. In the smaller town where my grammar school was. And they wanted to take full advantage of that. So they immediately came up with the swimming classes. Yeah, I think you could, Jonas. Yeah, even with waiting. You can wait and still get 6 minutes. But that was me back then really only doing what I was already comfy with. Much later, I realized that practice helps even with those things that you might have a physical disadvantage with. I never can fully make up for the physical thingy, but I can still perform way above average with practice, and so can anyone else. The one big life lesson that just helps everywhere. Everywhere. Practice. 5 kilometers. That is rough. I voluntarily ran 9 kilometers once in my life. That definitely took me way longer than 1.5 hours even. But that was also... half of it was kind of uphill. Well, actually uphill. And that was before my training arc. Other than that, the longest I've ran in a timed manner was years later in volleyball training. During summer training, when we didn't have league games, there was stamina, endurance training, and we would run 2.5 kilometers. I was not very good. I ran 2.5 kilometers in like 12.5 minutes, I think. Which is a big improvement from the 6 minutes for one, but it's still not very fast. Oh, that kind of army marching, yeah, I've heard of that. Like 40 kilograms in a backpack. And then varying numbers of kilometers. I guess it was a different version with the weight. It's just... I always found it silly, because there you could really hurt yourself. With that much of an extra weight, you're not doing your joints anything good. But I think that would be the only thing that I would have enjoyed if I had gone to the military. The physical stuff. But as soon as somebody, some superior, in quotations, had told me to do something just because they said so, that would have been it for me. I would have just stood there and would have said, why? That doesn't make sense. Do it yourself. No? Want to do it differently? That would have been me at the army. Yeah, 12 kilograms is already heavy. 40 is the most I can put in my very, very big backpack. And I very rarely do that. Usually it's 30. That's a nice hike. Got to grip my switch, to switch my grip. A little bit distracted right now. Yeah, Critter. I figured that that was without backpack when I saw the time. And also the 25 kilometers. I thought it was 40 kilograms and 10 kilometers that my friend told me. Wait, Critter, you're German, then you... I think it was referred to as a Gewaltmarsch, correct? That's the word that I know. I mean, trains nowadays... The trains themselves are not that awful. It's the entire thing around traveling by train. Not knowing when or if you will arrive. I mean at the destination that you set out to arrive at. Just saying, I had to sleep in a train station this year because of train delays. Mr. Pulse. I mean, it definitely is a first world problem. It's just a comparison to how it used to be. Like, it used to be a decent average. It was always too expensive, but at least the experience wasn't terrible until, like, when did it start? 5 years ago? And it's just gone so far downhill since then. It is hard to sleep on a bench, yeah. Kind of is. I wouldn't have... I mean, I didn't really struggle with the sleeping aspect itself because of the bench, but because of the people who kept coming in and out of the train station, sitting down basically next to me, having conversations, drinking beer. That was the bigger problem for falling asleep. Went to train by to train by school. Yeah. Let's stick with that. What about school bus? Wouldn't that have been the more common option? Because I also lived somewhat remote and I had to go 9 kilometers to school. So at first it was school bus for me and then bike. I had to read that. Had to read the Jody story there, because my recent train story is also from going to Cologne. Don't tell me you were in Köln for Gamescom and we did not meet up. Don't tell me that. Because that was also happening. because the coincidence could be so fantastic. For a birthday. Could still be aligned. Because there was a track outage in the direction of Cologne from coming from the Netherlands direction, where a big truck had fallen off a bridge onto the train tracks. That happened. That was August, I think. End of August. I mean, what you would have done, Mr. Poles, is you would have had to sleep in the train station, like I had to, because it was that kind of setup for me as well. The train around 9 p.m. wouldn't come, and it was getting later and later. 1 hour delay, 1.5 hours delay. And then some train came, but not to my destination, but to another bigger city nearby. And I had to sleep there and continue my travel the next morning. I also had company. That was the cool part about the delay. I made an acquaintance, a fleeting acquaintance. I probably will never meet him again. He was a medical student, a medicine student, how do you say it in English? And we talked about stuff. Like the state of the university system, the academic system in Germany. Because I wanted to update my kind of bad opinion of it, but still seems to be the same. And he wanted to know way too many things about biology. That it's still in my head somewhere, but I like all of the foundations and the theoretic stuff about physiology and metabolic cycles, all of that stuff. I don't remember those things. What surprised me, like, he was a young guy, like early 20s. I didn't ask him, but that's what he seemed like. I was very surprised to realize that he had no idea what Gamescom was. And when I told him where I was going, He said that he wouldn't know what any of that was because he had no connection to video games whatsoever. That was very interesting to me. And studying to become a doctor, maybe set on that path by his parents early on, very strict. I never asked those kinds of questions. We only talked for like 2 hours while waiting for the train that wouldn't come. But that was interesting to me, that people who are that sheltered in such an extreme way that they didn't know, or that they had no connection to video games in this day and age, even exist. But I guess, yeah. I guess they should exist. Yeah, but you would think that that doesn't necessarily start in their childhood, being a professional academic. And again, I didn't ask any further. That was more like a throwaway line from him. But he acted completely clueless. When and where were you ever allowed to smoke weed on a train? Did you grow up in the 60s? Yeah. That does sound like crazy times. Also, that I wouldn't call that good old days. I'm personally pretty much allergic to smoke in public. Ah. Typo trains by the German state railway, by the Deutsche Bahn. All of those are not very reliable right now. And I feel safe saying this as a blanket statement. It's just that bad. I think the long-distance trains are a little safer. Like if you go by intercity, but still, there are also train cancellations of those all over the place. When I made my trip to Cologne, I was on 11 different trains, because the ticket that I had only allowed for short distance trains. So I patched all of those together to get all across Germany. So 11 trains, 9 of which were delayed or cancelled. That's the ratio. The trip back was a little smoother. There was 6 different trains, I believe. And for that one it's hard to tell, because one had a lot of delay, which then caused me to have to take different trains that were sometimes already delayed on arrival, which sometimes helped. Because when the train you're on is late, you kind of want the train you will go on to be late as well, right? So in that regard, trains being late was actually good. I think most trains were still late, but I didn't keep a statistic like on the trip to Cologne. I mean, with Metro, you don't really have that issue until something actually happens on the tracks, right? Because the Metro goes every 5 minutes during work hours. So you can just take the next one. You don't really notice if something like that is late. Similar with most inner city transportation here, with buses and trams. They also go every 10 minutes-ish. So if they don't even have like proper departure times. It's just you're supposed to have the next one in at most 10 minutes or maybe 20, depending on where you are. Yeah. And even that, like the New York Metro network is good enough that you can just use a different route with little to no inconvenience. In terms of metros, Germany is pretty far behind. I think Berlin might be the only city in Germany with a proper metro system. And I know nothing about its reliability. Big choke points are the entirety of Tree Zone, as you might notice. There's not been much else other than the Tree Zone today. Recently, just Turtle Zone later on. I've gotten quite a few good runs into the Turtle Zone and then just either choked or got ridiculously bad luck for the swim speed lottery. Because there's randomness in that. Quasi-randomness, not actual randomness. And mistakes in the turtle zone are usually just run enders. So that's definitely the biggest choke area. And that's quite late in the run. That's zone 5 out of 6. I've only ever been on 2 real metros, London and New York. Well, Boston as well. But that was only one day. I think that was only the trip from Cambridge to the Boston Aquarium and back. I don't think I got a good sample size out of that. That's kind of what I would expect from Hong Kong. Same with Japanese metro. I don't remember much from the New York metro, even though... How long was my vacation? I think 10 days-ish? 2 of which in Boston/Cambridge. Then 8 days in New York City? I don't quite remember. So I must have ridden the metro quite a bit. I don't remember that much from it. I definitely remember the London Tube much more, and very fondly. London Tube was nice. But I've also been to London like 4 times. And only once in New York. Metro report. Can't wait. No! I said that overshooting was okay, this jump here. Jump off the platform onto the leaf, but not like that! It's not what I meant. I take it back. Sloppy day. My former hometown has a makeshift metro now. They didn't have one, and then they had this great idea. Let's make a metro route. Let's bore a tunnel under the city and make a metro route for 3 stations. From the main station to a specific place that has no real significance in terms of like relevance for tourism or anything. Just one random straight road with 3 stops, very close together. I think it took 10 years to bore that tunnel. And it's very underwhelming now that it exists. Like, it doesn't serve any purpose whatsoever. Except for, hey, we drilled a big tunnel under an existing city infrastructure. But it doesn't help with traffic or anything. It's more like a tourist attraction in a way. Like, they have those, what do you call them, promenades? Like, it's like half of it is an underground mall, pretty much. Which already half existed in the normal main station. And now they just expanded that into the new, much further underground part. Completely pointless. I think it was just a architectural cock measurement project. I think that's exactly what it was. It really serves no practical purpose. And the tourism attraction aspect, I don't think is there. I don't see it. You can literally just walk out of the main station, hop on the tram, or on a bus, or take a taxi. Let's not put taxis in, they're too expensive. But trains and trams, again, go every 10 minutes. I guess work traffic is a thing, but it's really not far. It's a pretty straightforward travel to that destination that you can go to with the not really metro, the makeshift metro. You probably take longer riding down to the metro station and back up at the destination than going outside, hopping on a tram. Because you have to travel down quite a bit. It's just dumb. It's definitely dumb. It's one of those money-burning projects. And it gets even more silly when you hear what they had to do to maintain the construction site while they were building the tunnel. And there was an open hole in the city center, which was like the maintenance shaft, pretty much, like the main entrance point. And every year, for like 3 or 4 years, for the Christmas market, they had to close that thing to be able to put the Christmas market on top of it. Because that was like the city center. It's where the people are. So they would close the gigantic hole in the winter, put the Christmas market on top of it, and elsewhere in the city. It wasn't the only place where you could have the Christmas market, no. But the city just definitely wanted to have it there as well, for historic, traditional reasons, whatever. And then in February, March, they would open up the hole again and continue construction. Stupid. Ah. The city center of Leipzig is pretty big. You can probably even find online articles in English about this nonsense. Like if you Google Leipzig tunnel construction Christmas, you will probably find some of this described in detail. It ended with I think it was like a citizen referendum, which was not binding, but I think that's how it was decided to stop doing the closing up and opening back up again stuff. Because there was a lot of construction noise in the middle of the city, just for the closing and opening processes. And the people who actually live there or work there were not very amused by that. And not even to speak of the money that all of that cost. Leipzig should be foreign to you, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. I think that would have been... I think it wasn't delaying much, because I think that would have been a construction stop during the winter anyway. But the entire actually sealing the whole stuff, all of that, that was not technically necessary. Well, yeah, it was impressive that you could bore such a tunnel under an existing infrastructure. I think I would be less harsh about it if it was a part of a bigger project to eventually have other tunnels like that and connect it into a proper metro system. But that was never on the table. It was always just, nope. From here to there, 2 or 3 stations, and that's gonna be it. The end. Wario Land 2. I never played the proper Wario Land games myself. I only played SML3, which is still a mix between a Mario and a Wario game, I would say. So I don't have a valid opinion. I do enjoy Wario Land 1 a lot. I liked it much better than this game as a kid. But the Game Boy was my last handheld console system, whatever. So I never played anything further. And they don't really appeal to me, so it's not something I wanna play these days. A friend of mine is a speedrunner of Wario Land 3, so there's some interest because of that in that, but really just in the speedrun, because I've seen it performed live. And it's just you, like, take interest in what your friends are interested in, I guess. But other than that, I have no connection to any kind of Wario game, really. Hey, finally out of this level. I just never found the... like, especially like when we get to Wario Land 4, that is just visually not appealing to me already. That is too much. Too much of everything. I mean, that sounds like a more reasonable building project, Jody. Or more conventional, I should say. I would know the actual situation to judge whether it's reasonable or not. I am currently digesting heavily myself. I made fried potatoes today. And I wanted to make 2 portions, so I would have something for today and tomorrow, and there's my blue screen. I believe. Because my TV has shut off. My second monitor hasn't yet, I'm gonna keep going. But I think I might already have blue screened. Can somebody type something in chat? Because I see my second monitor, but my TV is off. Oh? Oh? I think I can see messages. Just gonna keep going. I don't see my splits, I don't see anything. Except for my second monitor and a small chat window and... of course, the video game on my CRT. This is inconvenient. But maybe this is the lack of distraction that I need for a focused run. Just gonna keep splitting, because live split should be on even though I can't see it. I don't know what you can see. This is a very odd situation. Everything. That's good. I like that you can see everything. Like, why am I having these issues? This is so dumb. Blue screens and my first monitor just shutting off. In fact, the second monitor is also kind of shut off. The only thing that I see is the chatty program. The desktop background has disappeared. It's just black. This might still turn into a blue screen. So if I'm suddenly gone, that is what will have happened. Yeah, this is an almost zero distraction run, except for the fact that this entire situation is very distracting. Oh. Part of the background came back. Now I just need my first monitor back, and everything is normal. Could have been a Windows Explorer crash, now that I think about it. But yeah, the entire first monitor is black. But the run continues. Probably gonna be like plus 2.1 here? I don't know. You tell me, what is my split? I have no idea. Ah, gonna be more now. Oh, splits are gone. I thought you could see everything. Very unfortunate situation. How does something like this even happen, and only while I'm streaming? I've never had these kinds of issues when not streaming. Like the blue screens are not happening when I'm not streaming. Ah. Okay, so I can stop splitting, is what you're saying, because the splits are actually not running. I'm curious if this is something that the event thingy catches. It should. Like, there's definitely something that crashed here. It's just really confusing that the stream is still running. Like, that is interesting to me. But again, there's a high likelihood that this will turn into a blue screen. My careful guess is that I'm plus 3 seconds right now. I was a little bit too distracted to keep proper track. I think plus 3 is reasonable. Because there was a space 1 mistake and a macro 1 mistake. Plus regular 1 cycle, so that's 1.5 seconds plus probably 1.5-ish. Oh wait, no, I'm not splitting. I refuse. So the input display is working? I'm just curious now what all is broken and what is working. I cannot see anything. The only thing that I always have on my second screen is the the activity log when I get raided, when somebody follows. That's in the background, and on top of that is Chatty. Chatty is just a third-party Twitch chat program that also lets me moderate stuff, set my titles and stuff. No, still splitting. The muscle memory is too strong. This is gonna be interesting if this run makes it through. There's no way it will. Okay, we are saving about 1.7 seconds on this level. So if I stay careful with my estimate, I'm plus 1.3 right here. I also can read this chat much less easily than the one that would be on the main screen. So excuse me, I miss something or don't pay as much attention. I also have to like look somewhere else, which is a little inconvenient. Don't want to distract myself on a run that much. On one of the few runs that we have today, that is. Usually I wouldn't mind too much. I mean, this run is definitely still alive. My guess is I'm plus 1.2 or 1.3 at this point. So if I get a good witch here, I will actually be ahead of both my PB and the record. I'm just gonna end the run there and try to fix the situation. I don't even have a mouse. My mouse is actually not working. The LEDs on my keyboard are on. Can I do Control-Alt-Delete? Let me first of all see if I can reset the source of my TV, but I think it's just not getting a signal at all. So the signal is there, but it's just a black screen. That is the actual signal. Ah. Control-Alt-Delete does nothing. It's pretty much a... The PC is locked, and it's a miracle that I'm still streaming. But you can also see me, right? Like that's... So webcam is working, the light is on. So I suppose you can see me. I think the only thing that I can do is... Oh. Well, now I managed to Control-Alt-Delete. But all that did is also... Oh, we have an error message. Failure to display security and shutdown options. The sign-in process couldn't display security and sign-in options when Control-Alt-Delete was pressed. If Windows doesn't respond, press Escape or use the power switch to restart. This is just a hard lock, right? Nope. Escape brought back the second monitor. Are you still there? Am I still there? Yeah, keyboard is working, apparently, but my Windows is just broken. I'm still here. That is... I was about to check myself on Twitch. Let me have a look. How does my stream look? Before I attempt to fix it. Hey, that's me. Yeah, the splits are gone, input display is gone. Live split PB comparison froze. Hand cam is working. Interesting. Want to see yourself? Wait, it's me. It's not you. How do I hold this? No. It's reflecting. Yeah. No, I will definitely be back. I just wanted to make sure that there's nothing that I could just easily fix. But this is a computer hard reset, so see you in 5 minutes or so.